Welcome back to What's in the Kitchen. Today we're making applesauce for my nephew and my nieces. We're going to be making a couple batches of applesauce. A couple with Fuji because we've got a whole lot of those, and probably only going to be able to do about one batch of these Golden Delicious ones because that's all they had. These are all freshly picked from a U-Pick farm, and so we've got this whole box of apples to begin through. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to clean those things up, make sure you've got the dirt all rubbed off of them, and then we're going to start decoring them. And now that our apples are peeled, we're going to go ahead, or not peeled, sorry, I like to keep the skin on. We'll dunk them in there. I did about 10 average medium-sized apples. You could probably do about 8 and you'd be fine with this ratio. We're going to do half cup of sugar. Sprinkle that on top. We're going to go a little less. These are for we don't want them too hyped up on sugar. Parents can add more sugar if kids think it's a little too bitter. Then we're going to add cinnamon to taste. I'm going to make sure to get a good amount in. I love cinnamon, and I think there needs to be a lot to bring it out. And this is not the most highest quality of cinnamon, so sometimes you just need a little bit of extra to really bring it out. And then we're going to go ahead and mix this up. Make sure that everything is touching. Some sugar and some cinnamon. Alright, good enough. It'll cook down, right? Then we're going to add half cup of water. This will give it just a little bit of extra liquid needed to cook down. These are not the juiciest of apples. And with that, cook it on high for 4 hours. And we'll be back. It's been 4 hours on high, and these are looking pretty mushy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See, I can just barely tap on them, and they fall apart. So what we're going to do is, now it's been 4 hours, and these are good to go, we're just going to mash these up into the consistency that we want. If you had a potato masher, that would be perfect here. I don't, so I'm using a whisk. But anything that can help mash something up like this will be perfect. You just want to get it to the consistency you're looking for. Which we're getting pretty close. It's fogging up my glasses. It is just slightly thick, but I think my nieces and my nephew are old enough that they will be okay with that. So we're going to start spooning it out into our jars. Oh, ow, ow. Yep, and see, that's why I was going to put it on this plate and do it. And should have just stuck with my original plan. Okay. There we go. We'll clean up our mess later. And we'll finish it out with a big jar or a big container for us. I'm not gonna worry about canning this because we're gonna use this up later for some pork chops. Somehow this came out perfect for the containers, for the container and jars that we're using. So after we're done with this, you might have already noticed in the background, but I prepped the Golden Delicious apples, and so we're gonna throw those in there next. Got our Golden Delicious. These are a lot softer, so I'm not anticipating them taking as long. Go ahead and give that the sugar. And you can always, if you don't want it as sweet, which I don't do the full half cup. And then your cinnamon. The thing about all seasonings is that you just want to do it to your taste. Okay, good to go. And then we're going to put in half cup of water and throw this lid back on. And this time we're going to switch down to low because I've got stuff to do today. So we're going to put it on low and we'll be back in 6 to 8 hours. Looks like our second round of applesauce is ready to go with the Golden Delicious apples. These cooked down way further than I was expecting. So this is going to be a super small batch. So we're just going to repeat the process, mush these up into the consistency I want. And then after this, we're going to put in our third batch. This one's going to be a mixture of the Golden Delicious. Ooh, maybe we should slow down now. Mixture of Golden Delicious and Fuji apples. That was a lot quicker. This one also came out a lot darker because I used the same amount of cinnamon for this one as I did the smaller batch, or the much bigger batch. So, let's go ahead and just scoop it out. Once again, I picked the perfect sized container. I'm getting better at eyeballing this stuff. Kind of looks like chili in the camera. It's really dark golden color. Okay. Our third one, the mix. Got the apples in there. The sugar. Cinnamon. Mix it up. Half cup water. And just by the way, the previous batch, 6 hours on low was perfect. We're going to kick this back up to high because it's already pretty late in the day. So we're going to do high for another 4 hours. I'll check back in at that time. Another 4 hours down and our mixed apple is ready to go. My one concern with this one would be that half of the apples are more mushy than the other, but they seem to be about the same. This has been an all-day affair. Let's see, we've had 4, 8, 12, no, 4, 8, 12, 14 hours of cooking non-stop. Still got half a box left, but this is all we're going to do for this video is these 3. And then tomorrow, we'll taste test them after they've cooled down. This makes for excellent gifts. I gave some to each of my nieces and nephews, and given some to the girls downstairs who make me cookies all the time, and I've given some to some other friends too. And everyone is pretty excited about this. I think it's going to be delightful. But all right, tomorrow we'll get a taste test. All right, we're done, and now it's time for a taste test. I've got the 3 applesauces right here. We're both going to try them, and we're going to pick our favorites.
Which one is this one?
I'm not telling you until afterwards.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of this one?
I like it a lot.
You like it a lot, okay, but any other words to describe it?
It's like sweet. I feel like it's sweeter than the ones you made for nieces and nephew.
feel like that one is gonna work the best for pork chops or something. This one's by far the sweetest. This is like if you want a sweet treat. And I'll reveal what each one is.
Yeah, that one's definitely the sweetest.
Okay. Last one. I think that one's right in the middle road. And that's like, if you just want a snack. Okay, so which one was your favorite?
The first one.
First one? That was all Fuji apples. Our second one, so the Fuji apples were the best for putting on like a pork chops or something. The second one, that was all Golden Delicious. Probably why it was extra.
You didn't you added the same amount of sugar to all of them?
It is exact same ratio of everything.
I didn't know Golden Delicious were that much sweeter. Holy crap.
I don't think they're that delicious before being cooked down. And the last one was an equal blend of both. So, I think I'm going to stick with what I said. The blend was like perfect for an equal snack. The Golden Delicious ones were perfect for like the extra sweetness. And Fuji was just perfect to be used on like pork chops or something. If I was going to use them as pie filling, what would you go with?
Probably that one.
The Golden Delicious? Yeah.
They seem, yeah, that one I feel like would be better for pie. That one, yeah, that one's going to be good on some pork chops.
That one being the Fuji. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Well, in the next video, we're going to do the pork chops. So, thank you, Faith, for being in the peanut gallery this episode.
Can I eat this?